Capstone 2, Fort Yukon, Alaska. Population 543. Situated north of the Arctic Circle with its braided channels on the Yukon River, this area is surrounded by forests. The Gwich'in residents call this place Gwich'in, meaning house on the flats. This small town is the location of the first Arctic Indigenous Climate Summit organized by Bernadette Demetev. To call attention to climate change, this summit allowed residents to give their own take on the changes they see. One resident, Gwich'in hunter named Walter Peter, gave his take by characterizing the changes as unreliable river ice, unpredictable salmon runs, altered goose migrations, tick-infested moose, diseased caribou. All of these impose a major threat on Fort Yukon, along with the Arctic warming and causing sea ice to melt. Fort Yukon is especially valuable because with the high expense of sending store-bought food to this area, the residents must live a subsistence life and rely on the resources they have in abundance. With their indigenous lifestyle, years and years of knowledge and experience is needed. From that knowledge, they are seeing firsthand how their home is being affected by climate change. Fort Yukon is experiencing a phenomenon called Arctic amplification. This is the prediction that the region around the North Pole would warm at an extreme rate, much faster than any other areas around the world. And again, this warming is due to climate change. With sea ice melting at a record pace, even in the middle of winter, fires have become an issue in the Yukon Flats, where residents do their hunting. To make it even worse, an environmental impact statement, EIS, release shows the Trump administration is looking to develop potential oil and gas in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. This is where calving grounds for porcupine caribou herds are, which Gwich'ins depend on. All of these threats and issues need to be acknowledged. Shortly after this article was written, there was a UN climate summit. The global leaders needed to understand and hear what the Gwich'in people are saying and need to take action to help them, not hurt them. We also need to keep in mind climate change is caused by several factors, but limiting and moving away from fossil fuel emissions could go a long way. As the Gwich'in hunters and chiefs stated, we must all stand behind one another.